Today I'm going to show you how to add various textures and shapes to an image using selection tools and the filter gallery. Let's start off. Here's the image I'm going to be using. You'll want to choose something that's not too complex because we'll be adding a lot of mess to this. This was taken from Pexels and I have a link to it in the description. So first we want to make sure our image is ready to be edited. If you see any locked layers, we're going to go ahead and unlock those. And let's first start off with the rectangular marquee tool. You're going to find that just beneath the move tool. We're going to use this tool to select a rectangular area on our image. So I'm going to click and drag to select my area. And then Control C to copy that area and Control V to paste it in a new layer. So now I have two layers. I have my original and that small selection that I just copied. So now that it's in a separate layer, we can mess around with it. Up at the top of the page, you're going to click on Filter and then Filter Gallery. And this is going to open up an additional window. From here, there's tons of cool textures and filters that you can put on your image. So I recommend just going through all of them, seeing which ones you like. We're going to be adding a total of 5 textures. Let's do fresco. Okay. And you can always adjust some things as well. So click on fresco. Maybe I want to have more, less detail. I'm going to take away some texture, increase the brush size a little bit, do whatever you think looks cool. And once you're happy with it, you can hit the OK button. Now it added that texture to the selection I made. Let's keep going. We're going to select another area, this time using the elliptical marquee tool. So to find this one, you'll have to click and hold the rectangular marquee tool, and it's going to be just beneath it. Let's click and drag out. The key with this tool, there's a couple shortcuts to be aware of. If you press and hold Shift while you're dragging out, it's going to make a perfect circle. And if you press and hold Option or Alt while you're dragging out, it's going to resize from the center. Let's select an area. And when we copy and paste this new selection, you want to make sure your original layer is selected. Click on that one. Once again, Control C to copy, Control V will paste it in a new layer. When you click Filter, your temptation may be to click on this top filter gallery here. Basically, this is just a command that will do the previously applied filter. So if I were to click on that one, it's not actually going to open the filter gallery. It's just going to apply that same fresco filter that I picked last time. So don't click on the top one. You got to make sure you're always selecting the one with the 3 dots. Glowing edges, let's go with that. Okay, so I'm going to hit the OK button, apply it, and looks awesome. Okay, moving forward, let's do the polygonal lasso tool next. This one's going to work a little differently. So you're going to click each corner that you want to create. So let's say I want to make a triangle. I'm going to click, and then in order to select your area, you have to meet up back to the original starting point. Your cursor is going to change a little bit, have a little circle next to it. That's when you know your ends are meeting. And let's click back to layer 0, Control C, Control V. And this one I did some overlapping. So I overlapped the square, filter gallery, and let's add a fun texture. Ooh, stained glass or patchwork. I'm going to do patchwork. Increase my square size a little bit too. Okay, that looks awesome. Hit OK. Now I have some overlapping shapes here, and there's a couple things you can do. You can leave it how it is, or you can mess around with some transparencies. So let's check out this little drop down menu here that says normal, let's click on that. And there's tons of options here. I usually just go through them and see which one I like the best and pick it. Maybe I'll do the screen one. Kind of looks cool because you can see the square through it, so I'm going to pick that one. You can also reduce the opacity of layers here. It's not going to do a cool effect, it's just going to make it see-through. Now, the thing that people always do with the polygonal lasso tool is they forget that they have it activated and they'll click somewhere on the artboard and be like, what? How do I get away from this? You can go ahead and just hit the escape button, so on the top left corner of your keyboard, and it should just get rid of it. If that doesn't work, you may have to finish off the shape and then click deselect, but hopefully you can get away from that. Let's go on to the next tool. I'm going to do the lasso tool. This one's kind of like the polygonal lasso, except it's going to be a little more freeform. We're not going to have straight edges. So let's select an area. I'm going to make a little bean. Okay, so select layer 0, Control C, Control V, we're pasting it in a new layer, and back to the filter gallery. Hit OK once I have what I like. And with all of these, you want it to be enough of a contrast that you can see your shape. If you pick something that doesn't change it a ton, your shape's not going to stand out as much. Let's go, I'm just going to do one more rectangle. You can repeat shapes if you want. And I really like how the overlap looks, so let's do that one more time. Control C, Control V. Also be aware of where it lands, so if you want it to go in front or behind, you can drag those layers accordingly. One more filter gallery. I'm going to try Ocean Ripple. So this will be an example of one that doesn't change it a ton, especially with the sky. So because of that, I think I'm going to add an adjustment layer. So let's go to adjustments, and I'm going to pick, maybe I want to change the color, so I'll do color balance. And notice when I'm changing the color here, it's changing the color of everything, which is not what I want. In order for this to apply just to layer 5, we need to press and hold Alt or Option, and then click to apply it just to layer 5. And you'll see it has a little arrow pointing to layer 5 now, which means it's just applying to that one. So now we can change some colors with it. And there we have it. You can always add more shapes and more filters if you'd like. So go have fun with it and see what you can come up with.